So to send a notification, we're going to get started by going to this link that I posted in the description. If you're not signed in, it's going to tell you to sign in. You do have to be signed in with your diocesan account. And then once you're in here, it should take you right to the notifications page. If this tab is open on the side here, you can just close it. You shouldn't need anything in this tab. This should be the only page you really need to be on. We're going to go over here to New Notification. We're going to give it a title, just for simplicity, consistency, and readability. All the titles should be just the name of the school that you're sending the notification to. So let's give it a title. Notification label, you can leave that blank. Notification text would just be something simple. Just to keep in mind that these are notifications, not novels. So really generally probably under 20 words should be your limit, just to make sure people don't get bored reading them, you know. And next we're going to specify the target, and the target is just who gets the notification. So first the user won't get the notification unless their app is the CSBC app, so we got to select that there. Then over here we're going to hit and to add another condition. So if your app is a CSBC app and your user property, this is something that the user can set in the app, and that James notification, so St. James notification contains true. So this means that if the app is the CSBC app and the user has set their notifications for St. James to true, then they will get this notification. And down here, you can see that it's targeting 40% of the users. So if you want to add another condition, you would just hit and then you would add more. You can delete them here too. It's important to keep in mind that the notification will only be sent if all the conditions are true. So you might think that if you added James notifications, John, Saints, and Seton, then every user of the app would get them. But actually only the users who have all 4 of those schools selected would get them. So that could end up being nobody. A good rule, something to think about is that if this text down here says you're targeting 0 users, then that probably means one of your conditions is a little off and you just want to check that. So just the notification property contains and then true. And there's other properties here that you can set, version. Most of them aren't really relevant. Country, language, they should all kind of be the same. But yeah. Next, scheduling. This is just when you want to send it. It doesn't usually need to be anything other than now, but you can schedule it if you need to. Just talking about timing here. You don't really want to send a notification to somebody too late. I mean, that's just kind of a general rule for anything. But I mean, sometimes you do need to send them relatively early in the morning, especially if it's an alert about a snow day or something like that. And the other thing you have is you can do recurring notifications. I mean, you can do them if you want, but I don't. It's just that it's a copy of the notification they'd get at the same time, however often you specify. So I don't know if there's ever really a purpose for that. But if you think there is, feel free to use it. But again, it's important to remember to not really bombard your users with notifications because nobody likes that. Next, this conversion events tab we can just skip. Additional options down here, there's a lot of stuff going on here. The only thing we need to pay attention to is sound. And we're just going to enable that, and we have to enable it for every notification because what sound does is it allows the phone, when it receives a notification, to light up and make a noise and vibrate and tell you that you got a notification. If you leave it disabled, then the user won't ever know unless they turn on their phone, which kind of isn't really the point of a notification, right? So after all that, we're just going to hit review, make sure all our settings are right, and then click publish. I'm not going to click publish right now because it would send it to people, but you would just click publish and it would send it out. And that's it. Thank you very much.